Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Joffrey Noodle Legs here today with another Noodle film review. Today we're looking at an Arrow video release of 1974 Italian shocker Beyond the Door. Now this came out, like I said, in 1974, and the film's sort of like it came out in the height of the sort of supernatural horror films like The Omen and The Exorcist. So this sort of came out in that sort of time. And it's filmed, and it's the Italian version, if you like, of it. But it's based in America, of course. And it starts off like with this guy who's driving this car, and he's been spoken to by the devil or Satan. And Satan sort of like makes him crash his car off the cliff, but stops him in midair, saying to him, I can give you another chance of survival if you do something for me. So he's got to sell his soul to the devil. And he wants him to find this woman who's pregnant, and he wants him to get the baby from this woman. At the beginning of the film's not explained why. And then we cut into San Francisco, where we see a guy working at a music studio with like this sort of jazz sort of funk band, and we see a woman in a car with her kids driving in the streets of San Francisco while the music of this band is sort of playing in the background. And we run through the title screen, and we see all sorts of shots of San Francisco as the woman's driving through the streets. And there's like a young girl and a young lad and the mother, and the guy that's working at the music studio is the father. Anyway, the woman sort of parks up at a Safeways and goes in to do some shopping. I thought it was quite cool seeing a Safeway. Didn't know they had that in America. I thought it was a UK thing, but there we go. Anyway, she goes into Safeways and does some shopping, and then the father joins them at the car, and then they start to make their journey home in the car. They must be quite a well-off family, because it's quite a posh car, and they live in quite a nice sort of apartment in this big building. And there's lots of sort of jibber jabber going on in the apartment because it's coming up to the young boy's birthday. So they're talking about a birthday party. And then while the kids are sort of playing and doing their thing, the mother starts talking to the father and tells him that she's pregnant with child number 3. Now, I don't know if he's quite happy about it. At first, I think he's a bit in shock. He's not too happy about it. But there we go. And then he sort of has to come to terms with it. And then we sort of join the woman. She seems to be seeing sort of visions of the guy at the beginning of the film in the car with the beard in the mirror and stuff like that, reflection. So all this sort of, she's starting to have some strange sort of visions. And then we cut to the party day of the son, and they're celebrating and doing a cake for the lad and all this sort of thing. But the mother is in the bathroom being sick, and she's throwing up lots and lots of blood into the sink. And then she starts talking to her husband. She's saying that she feels like the child that's in her is trying to kill her, suffocate her. She doesn't want to have the baby. And he says, we'll talk about it sort of like tomorrow sort of thing. Anyway, so she agrees to that, and he tells him that she loves him and all this sort of thing. And the family go on about their business, and then we see her at the doctor's, and the doctor says that because she thinks she's about 6 or 7 weeks gone, but the doctor says, no, you're over 3 months. So this baby's growing at some rate. And then she starts behaving really sort of strange. She's, because the husband keeps sort of tropical sort of koi fish, and she throws this glass ashtray at the fish tank, and all the fish sort of come out and sort of die and stuff like that. and she phones him up to apologise and says that she didn't do it in accident. She meant to do it. She wanted to do it. So she starts behaving really, really strange. And the young lad's witnessing all this while this is all going on. It's all kind of bizarre. And then we cut to a night time when they're all in bed. And this entity enters the house via the window. And it's sort of in a first person sort of view. And you get this sort of deep sort of breathing going like this. So that's sort of going on as it's going through the house. But the young lad is seeing it all. He's awake. The mother is also awake. And she's laying in bed with her eyes open, sort of like, see what's going on. And then the sort of entity pulls back the covers of the bed. And she sort of gets up and sort of stands up. And then she levitates off the floor and starts moving across the room, like levitating like this. It's really, really kind of like really strange, but very, very cool for that sort of time of year. So this entity has got a grip of her. And so is this the woman that this guy who's made this deal with the devil looking for? Is it the same woman? You need to watch it and find out, because that's all I'm going to tell you. So all these sort of strange things are all going on, and it looks really, really, really sort of strange, but it's very, very cool. The film looks really, really cool. What I think of Beyond the Door, I think it's brilliant. I absolutely love this film. It gets a lot of flack as being a Exorcist rip-off, if you like, but I don't look at it like that, because it's a different story to The Exorcist. The Exorcist was a young girl who got possessed. This is a completely different sort of story. It's more along the lines of sort of cross between Devil's Due, one of the recent films, and Rosemary's sort of Baby, those sort of things. There's all these sort of things sort of mixed into this lovely combination that the Italians love to do. And it's really, really cool. It's great to see sort of like an Italian supernatural film rather than a slasher and a giallo film. So they did hit out on some sort of supernatural films, and this is one of the good ones, I think. It's a great sort of story. The pluses of this, the transfer looks brilliant, absolutely fantastic, really badly dubbed, and it's so cool. And it's got the original title of the film coming up. I mean, it's called The Devil Within Her, something like that. I think the original title was of the film. So it's got the original titles on the film, and it's really, really cool. It's so Italian, it's unbelievable. Where like we see the car driving through the street, and it's like a full conversation in full volume going on, like you hear. I love that sort of thing. And the effects for the time were absolutely really cool and really sort of spot on. And it does get quite grisly and quite sort of like eerie, and yeah, and it is quite a shocking little film, to be honest. It's really, really, really cool. The minuses of the film, I can't really think of any. Yeah, I mean, yes, it has got like things of like they've taken from sort of other films, but I think it kind of works, to be honest. It was a great fun movie. I had a great time watching it. I'm going to score the film an excellent watch and give it an 8 out of 10. I think that's really cool. I'm very, very, very tempted to give it a 9 because I enjoyed it so much. But yeah, it's a really, really good film. Ignore everyone saying, "Oh, it's an Exorcist clone." It's because it came out at the same time, and it's the same film kind of genre, the supernatural possession, sort of like devil demon sort of film. But it's really not like it, to be honest. And I had an amazing time watching it. I really enjoyed it. Beyond the Door, 8 out of 10. Any of you guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below what you thought of it. I'm always apprehensive. See, this is the reason why I avoid reviews and I avoid people's opinions. Mostly because I've got a brain and I've got my own opinion. And if I avoid people's opinions, I can use my own opinion. And I had a great time watching it. I thought it was fantastic. So my reviews, all right, it doesn't mean these films are fantastic or amazing, but they are to me. They might not be to you. You need to make your own opinions up. But I'm giving you my opinion because obviously a lot of people do have similar tastes in stuff, and they think, yeah, a lot of films that you like, Geoff, I like. So I agree. I'll give this a go because you've given it a good review. So that's the reason why I do the reviews, because it's my opinion, and I think a lot of these films don't get really talked about on the internet or reviewed. You don't see them in magazines or anything like that. Everything today is all about the sort of big budget sort of movies and stuff like that. So I like to give these sort of older films a bit of a shout out, and try not to give you any BS about them. So then it's just an honest opinion. I'm not gonna slag it or slant it or whatever. I'm just gonna give my honest opinion, and I thought it was an excellent film. Till my next video, guys, please check out some horror channels for me. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Designs, Pizzlewell, I Am the Ice Lord, Sarah of Horror, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrew's Haunted House, and a big shout out to my lad Lemon Lord. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I'll see you all soon.